Welcome to Sky News.
Hi.
You're here to talk about your signature guitars. I mean, for the layperson, what does a signature guitar mean?
A signature guitar is basically a guitar that's designed more or less around a particular artist. And in this case, a Les Paul, which is a pretty standard, popular guitar, but it's got a couple trademarks on it, or within it, that are identifiable to me.
So is this a copy of your guitar, or is this something you've designed?
Well, this particular one is not a copy of my guitar. There's 3 different models. One of those models is a copy of my guitar. This one is a Les Paul, which has my kind of pickups that I use in it. It has certain particular pieces of hardware that I use, a certain shape of the neck, you know, just little things that I prefer on a Les Paul, and so they decided to basically design one based around those specs.
Now that you're a world-famous guitarist, they want to do this for you. Back in the day, you did phone Gibson, didn't you, and asked for some free guitar.
Yeah.
What did they say?
They said, well, we'll sell you at cost, which is basically artist cost.
But you were sort of fairly well known at that stage, weren't you?
We were sort of on the ladder going up, you know, and at that point you could, you know, you don't know if you're going to be around for a long time or anything, you know, you could disappear in a second, so people aren't usually willing to take a lot of risks.
And these days when they give you guitars, have you got to play them on TV, or what's the deal? How does it work?
I really don't have to do anything. You know, if they give me a guitar, basically they just, you know, I need it for something, you know, for touring or for recording this and that, they're happy to give it to me. I don't have any obligations as far as, you know, talking to you or anything like that. In this particular case, though, it's nice to get the word out that you've got something with your name on it so that people know that it's out there.
And as well as the expensive versions, you've got the kind of inexpensive one here, the Epiphone one. I mean, if somebody's starting out, why will this guitar, will it make it easier for them to play? I mean, the neck's smaller, isn't it, I think, than a standard model?
The neck is a little bit thinner, but that's not really, you know, a really big issue for a beginning guitar player, I wouldn't imagine. None of these are tailor-made necessarily for the beginning guitar player, except for in the Epiphone, which is a really good guitar. It's a little bit more affordable.
Guitar's been a massive part of your life, hasn't it? If you hadn't played, if you hadn't have played guitar, have you ever thought about what you'd have done with your life if you hadn't done that?
Well, I've been asked that question a couple times, and I probably would have, before I started playing guitar and BMX racing and all that, I was always an artist, like illustrator kind of thing, graphics and stuff, and I probably would have headed in that direction. I still do it, not really in the professional sense, except for I do design logos for the bands that I'm in and T-shirts and stuff like that.
Do you still do that sort of thing? Yeah. Do you think guitar got you into trouble or kept you out of trouble?
It got me into a different kind of trouble, but I think all in all, guitar probably got me a little bit more focused and a little bit less haphazard and less of a danger to other people, and actually more of a danger to myself.
You've come out the other side of that now, though, aren't you? I mean,
yeah, you know, I try.
What's life for you like now?
Oh, God, it seems like everybody asks me that as well. It's like, really, it's not that much different, you know. Because music's always been like the main focal point, the rest of it was just sort of extracurricular. And so I still hang out in the same circles and I pretty much do the same thing, but I'm not habitually using the same recreational chemicals as I used to. You know,
it's like clearer though for you now. I mean,
yeah, it's great because I can really tell the difference between how I was then and where my focus is at this point, and it's, you know, it's just one of those things. After doing it a long time, you tend to burn out on it, and everything else sort of goes along with it. So it's one or the other. You know.
Do you look back on it with regret, or do you look at it as something you just came with the territory, or how